Jackson's got some speed, so if she can get a bunt in a good area, she would have a chance for a hit. But now down 2 strikes, she'll be likely hitting away. Swing and a miss. Blows the fastball by her. That's strike out number 2. 2 strikeouts now for Benz. Now a little discussion going on the third base side between the home plate umpire. I'm not sure what they're discussing. Is now they're gonna. It looks like it's gonna be a courtesy runner here for the catcher Marchand. 2 outs. They're bringing in the last out. Jackson is gonna come in and be the courtesy runner here in the bottom of the first. Umera now steps to the dish. Umera's playing first for the Saints today. Fly ball, deep right field. Right fielder's over. Oak has it and secures the third out. Will the Saints get on the board? They lead it after 1 inning, 1-0. As we take a quick break, we're going to head to the second. Welcome back to the Sports Park area. You're taking a look at Acumen Stadium. Big football game there later tonight as the Hamilton Hurricanes are going to be in town to take on the St. Clair Saints in CJFL football. That'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff. We Digital will be producing that for you as well. But there's the graphic, 7 o'clock game. So that's the defending national champs, St. Clair Saints, defending home turf. Homecoming for the Saints today as the Hurricanes are in town. As the second inning's already ready to go. They get things going quickly here in softball as the umpire wants the music off and he turns around. So it looks like it was ball 1, I believe. There's Oak stepping to the box. She recorded that last out. Oh, line shot hit hard to center. LaFleur camps back for it and is able to come up with it. That was a rocket hit to center field. LaFleur had it the entire way. And she has her third put out of the game already. So lots of speed out in center field. As Judy has a laugh talking to her right fielder. Jocelyn Shelton now the hitter. Looks like inside corner it is, strike 1. Shelton hit .346 last year. She's out of Aylmer. Line shot just over the glove of the shortstop, and that's going to fall in. That's the first hit of the game for the Lords. And they'll have a runner on first with 1 out. Emily Rose, the hitter. So you take a look at the replay. You can see the shortstop maybe cheating over to the left side a little bit. So that ball up the middle was tough. And just sails over the glove of the shortstop for the single. 1 on, 1 out. Rose the hitter, 5'4" outfielder. That ball's down low off the turf, ball 1. She's studying police foundations. She's out of New Brunswick. Rusagonis, New Brunswick to be exact. Fastball outside. Marchand thought about throwing it over the first base. Two and 0 now. To the 6 hitter. Sorry, correction, the 7 hitter. That ball just misses down low. And it's a 3-0 count to Rowe. Fastball just misses high. Tries to get a get-me-over fastball. Unable to do so. So now 2 on, 1 out for the Lords as they're in business. Getting their first runner in scoring position. Georgia Wilsey, the catcher, steps up now. Wilsey's out of Waterloo. Corner's still playing in. Double play depth up the middle. That one almost off the shoulder. She kind of leaned that shoulder in trying to take a freebie. Fong wheels and fires, blows it by her for the strike. Fong had 9 appearances last year, started 4 games, 2-1 record. 31 innings pitched with a 2.48 ERA and a 1.39 whip in 2024 as that one sails outside. Not a real strikeout pitcher, more contact, only 15 strikeouts in 31 innings. So she'll rely on the defense, as we've seen thus far with LaFleur making 3 plays out in center so far. There's a ground ball, shortstop. Oh, it just has trouble for it. Off the runner's back, she's going to be safe. That looks like it's going to be an error on the shortstop. And everybody is safe. Had a little trouble handling it. I think she wanted to go 6-4-3 around the horn. But when she fumbled it, she decided to just get the force out of third. And you'll see her just throw it right off. It just kind of jumped up on her. Took her eye off that ball at the last moment. Rolled up the arm, and now everyone is safe. Little conference at the mound now, as the bases are now loaded. You can see the infield now creeping in. So they're going to look to come to the plate. Second base is in. Shortstop's in enough. So they're going to be coming home for the force more than likely. Emily Taylor, the hitter. Fly ball center field. Runner's going to be tagging from third. It's caught from LaFleur. LaFleur throws it up the middle. Easily safe at home. So a sac fly is going to bring in that run, an unearned run. But the Lords have tied this one up. You can see the high fives all around in the Lords dugout. And I think they're going to run for their the catcher. Looks like, yeah, that was the catcher, Wilsey, coming out for a courtesy runner. She got on first base on the air, but now that's Taylor, who just hit the fly out. She'll be the courtesy runner here with 2 outs. That ball's down low, ball 1. They fake a throw over the second base, but Rose back easily. So this is Jessica Grove now. Little end of the bat. That's going to one-hop the right fielder. Runner's coming home. There's a play. Safe at the plate. Didn't get the tag down. The runner's going to move up to second base after the throw. So an RBI single from Jessica Grove. Looks like she caught that, yeah, right off the end of the bat. And Jackson had to play it off a bounce. Nope. That probably would have prevented the runner from being able to get to second base. But now they have second and third with 2 in already. And now Peyton Jones, dangerous hitter, up now. Peyton Jones hit .480 last year, over 1,400 OPS, 6 homers. Hits a 2-hopper into the 5-6 hole. That's a base hit. Looking to score 2. That's the line. And another single, and the runner's going to advance. 2 more runs come across the plate for the Durham Lords. They lead 4-1. So the Saints giving up some extra bases here on the throws home, electing not to cut that ball off. You can see the pitcher starting to come over. We didn't see the relay throw, but hitting the ball hard. And all of these are unearned runs after that error from Coombs. They would have had the third out recorded. Line shot. That's going to go into the gap in the left center field. Off the wall. Another run home An easy stand-up double for Jessica Benz. Another run across again. Fong not getting helped out by the defense today with 5 unearned runs here in the second. And you saw this pitch. She just tattooed that ball. Shortstop didn't have a chance. 3 hopper to the fence, and now we're going to have a conference at the mound to try and settle down the right-handed pitcher. Started with a line drive, hard hit ball line drive to center field. LaFleur handled it. But Wilsey hit a ground ball to shortstop. That might have ended the inning if they were able to turn to double play, but they obviously wanted to get 1 out. Unable to secure any outs, and then the fly out that scored the run on the sac fly. And then since then, 2 singles and a double. And the Saints trail by 4. That ball misses high. Jaden Bennett's the hitter. Bennett had a .500 batting average last year, a 1247 OPS. That ball is popped high up towards second base. Cole's there, reaches over her head, and finally secures the 3rd out. So a big 5-run inning for the Lords. They take a 5-1 lead. We'll be back after a short break.
We know there are a lot of choices for business today. We know how to get your brand out to the masses. We would like you to think of us first when it comes to digital advertising. We have a direct connection to the online social media marketplace. We have thousands of hours of broadcast experience to help you share your message. We know Windsor Essex. We know who is looking for you. We are We Digital.
Welcome back, bottom of the second inning. Thanks for joining us here at the Sports Park in the shadow of St. Clair College. My name's Dan Dominguez. Doubleheader action here to open up the OCAA softball season. First pitch misses down and in. Chloe Cole, second baseman. Again, she recorded that 3rd out, and she comes up to lead off this inning for the Saints. So the Saints are going to have to respond here, giving up a 5 spot. Again, all unearned runs. That error at shortstop cost the Saints pretty big there in the top of the second inning. Cole's a second-year player out of LaSalle, Ontario, Villanova grad. They're going to look to get some base runners here against the Lord's pitcher. She fouls that one away. Benz gave up 3 base runners in the first inning, a hit by pitch, a couple of singles, and then she was able to blow a couple strikeouts past the Saints players. She records over a strikeout an inning, 43 we mentioned, in 34 2/3. Slow roller to third base, fires the first, bang bang play, but she's out at first. First out recorded. Brooke Cameron steps up to the plate now. Brooke Cameron, a .429 batting average last season. 1140 OPS. Another fast runner, 19 runs scored with 14 RBIs, a stolen base, and a homer. That ball just catches the outside corner, strike 1. Sun trying to poke through the clouds, but mostly an overcast day. That one fouled off the screen, 0-2. So Ben's trying to get in a groove now for the Durham Lords. A little trouble in the first inning, but she's recorded 4 outs in a row. That one just misses low. Catcher tries to frame it up. Wilsey unable to do so. 1-2. Michaela Benz leans back, rocks and fires. Oh, pulls the changeup, and she's just going to run back to the dugout, not even going to wait for the tag. Pulled the string on that one, and she goes down for the third strikeout of the game for Michaela Benz. So the pitcher now batting for herself here in the 9-hole. That little line drive over the first baseman's head, that's going to fall. They're going to think about throwing the first. They think better of it. And that's a 2-out single for the pitcher. And I think we might be looking at a courtesy runner here as well for the pitcher. As you see head coach Dwayne Dawson coming down. It'll probably be Brooke Cameron, I would imagine, running. It's usually the last out as the courtesy runner. With time called, Fong's finally going to head to the dugout. And it looks to be in. It is number 7. Brooke Cameron's going to be that courtesy runner again for the pitcher with 2 outs. So we're back at the top of the order for the Saints. LaFleur steps up. She got hit in her first plate appearance. That's in there for strike 1. 1 on, 2 outs. Michaela Benz gave up 1 run in the first. She's given up 3 hits so far today. That ball had a lot of movement on it. Dipped below the bat, in for strike 2. So LaFleur's in trouble now, down 0-2. Benz leans back, rocks and fires. Little chopper just behind the catcher, foul. That pitch sank at the last moment. LaFleur is just able to get a piece of it to stay alive here in this at-bat. The Saints looking to keep that streak going of OCAA medals. They've medaled in 8 straight seasons. That one just misses away. Again, Dwayne Dawson taking over for Doug Wiseman. Wiseman piled 200 wins as head coach. So big shoes to fill. One hopper easily handled by the first baseman, Jones. She steps on the bag and records a 3rd out. We're through 2 complete. The Lords lead 5-1. Welcome back to the Sports Park here on the campus of St. Clair College. Just about to start the top of the 3rd inning. The Saints put 1 up in the bottom of the first, take that early 1-0 lead. But a handful of hits, 4 hits in fact, by the Durham Lords to go along with that error at shortstop, and that led to 5 unearned runs. And that's where we stand now, 5-1 lead. Before the game, they had a ceremony on the field. The 2005-2006 St. Clair Saints were honored their 20th anniversary of their OCAA championship. A number of the members were on field with their trophy from 20 ago. They were 9-3 during the regular season, and then winning their playoff games, winning 3 games in the playoffs, having to beat Durham a couple times, and they did so to win the OCAA championship 20 years ago. First pitch is in the dirt. Off the turf, I guess, here at the sports park. One 0 pitch, high chopper just over the head of the third baseman. She was playing quite a ways in. And the old AstroTurf single goes over the third baseman's head for a single, leadoff single here for Oak. So maybe playing a hair too far in there, and that chopper gets past her. So the leadoff hitter's aboard. Shelton steps up to the plate. She had a single in her first time up. She came around the score. Oh, off the pitcher's knee to third base. She is out at first, so a 1-5-3, but they're going to have to check on the pitcher. She's already saying she's okay. So the runner advances to second, but off the pitcher's leg to third to first. Fong waves off the trainer. The trainer's going to come out anyway. Looked like she took a pretty hard shot off the knee. As you see, the trainer's going to take a look at it. There's the runner at second now. That's Chelsea Oak. She advanced on that ground out. But a nice play by the third baseman, Reese Grondin, to get that ricochet off the pitcher's leg and still get the out at first base. Tells the trainer she's fine, and it looks like we're going to play on. So a tough play by the pitcher to take that hit off the knee. They're going to give her a warm-up just to make sure that plant leg, the landing leg, feels good enough to pitch. So Emily Rowe steps up to the plate. She walked and scored her first time up. Ball just down off the turf. That's ball one. So definitely making some loud contact, the Durham Lords are. For the most part, the Saints have been catching it. Just the one error. That ball just misses. No, again, a late call. He gives them that call in the outside corner. Evens up the count at one. There's one out. A little chopper behind the plate. Foul ball. So Oak's on second with one out. One-two count. Fong leans back and fires. A little change of pace, and it swings through it. Again, you see that pull in the string. You're geared up for that fastball, and then you can see that ball just floating by. She waves at it. And that's the first strikeout of the game for Fong. So two away now. We'll see the catcher, and this time she leaves the hand in there. She did that her first at-bat. She tried to get hit by it, but this one was a little bit further in. That's a catcher for you. They're not worried about getting hit by that ball. She'll take the free base anytime they give it to her, and she'll come out for the courtesy runner as well. So Rowe takes over at first base. You can see someone warming up in the pen. That's Casillas, Molly Casillas. Second-year player out of Essex, Ontario. She went to Essex District. Strike one. So she might be, we'll see if this is Fong's last inning. That ball's down off the turf again. Misses for a ball. Evens up the count at one. Taylor hit the sacrifice fly to center field her first time at bat. This one's at the right field. It's sailing foul. It's going to drop in. Jackson gave it a run but ran out of time. The count's now 1-2 aboard. Durham Lords lead this one 5-1. So Fong in a little bit of trouble. The 1-2 pitch. Another change. Oh, that almost hit her off the shoulder. That's a base hit the center. This time they just throw it in the second. The run comes home. Not fooling them at all. The Durham Lords are pounding away at this ball early in this one. So that's 2 RBIs now for Taylor. And you can see this one just sails over the left shoulder of the pitcher. And that brings up the top of the order. That's Jessica Grove. She's been aboard both times. They're so close. They're only 43 feet away, and by the time you get rid of that ball, you're even closer. So not a lot of reaction time when the ball's hit that hard. Ground ball, one hopper. Oh, just past the glove of the first baseman. Jackson has trouble with it. It gets past her. One run in. They're waving home another. She's going to score. And this one's getting away from the Saints here in the third inning. So it's probably going to be a single and an error. You can see this. It just gets by the glove, and then Jackson just kind of boots it out in right field. That allows Taylor to come around all the way around, and she advances to second after the error. As the first pitch gets fouled away. So for Grove, that's her third RBI already. Taylor scoring on the error. There's a high fly ball, deep left field. This one is not coming back. It's long gone. Peyton Jones, the OCAA Player of the Year last year, tattoos one over the left center field fence. And the Durham Lords have broken this one open. And they got the home run jacket out. Shades of the Toronto Blue Jays. Looks like a velour green jacket. The defending champs are kind of putting a hurting on the Saints, and that's going to be all for Fong. A big bomb in the left center. That was a no-doubter, that home run. Even with the breeze kind of going towards right field, the power of Peyton Jones, you're not going to keep that ball in this smaller ballpark. She had 6 home runs last season, and already with her first of 2025. So Casillas now comes in the game for Fong. So 10 runs scored. Taking a look at the book, it looks like 5 of them are going to be earned runs. So 5 earned runs for Fong out of the 10. All 5 back in the second inning were unearned. As you take a look at the St. Clair bench, trying to regroup after that big second and third innings. As Molly Casillas comes into the game for the Saints. Casillas is, as I mentioned, out of Essex. She's a second-year player, 5'5". With the Durham Lords proving they're going to be a contender here for the provincial and national titles again this year in 2025. Top of the third inning. Hard shot to shortstop. Oh, what a catch at shortstop. The inning. Beautiful play by Coombs, but the Lords put up 5 more. They lead it 10-1 as we go out watching this beautiful play at shortstop.
We know there are a lot of choices for business today. We know how to get your brand out to the masses. We would like you to think of us first when it comes to digital advertising. We have a direct connection to the online social media marketplace. We have thousands of hours of broadcast experience to help you share your message. We know Windsor Essex. We know who is looking for you. We are We Digital.
See the wind blowing in front of the college. here at the sports park. Overcast day, ball 1 in. So 10-1 lead now for the Lords. Casillas had to come in to finish off that third inning, relieving Fong. That ball sails in inside corner for strike 1, evens the count at 1. Cameron Coombs, she singled her first time up. Pitcher rocks and fire, checks her swing. That's going to go for a ball. Durham has 10 runs on 8 hits. The Saints have 1 run on 3 hits. Couple of errors. Then swings high chopper to the shortstop. Has to wait for it. Fires to first in time for the first out. Nice play by Jessica Benz helping out her sister. Had to kind of sit back at chopper. That second bounce came up and just had to wait. Coombs didn't have to beat out. Marsh now steps up. She had a single her first time. That ball sails away for ball 1. So the Saints have some work to do against Benz to try and get back into this game. Again, 2 7-inning doubleheaders here today. So 2-0. Marchand ahead in the count. That ball down the middle. She kind of stepped away there and just fouled it off. Trying to yank that one down the left side somewhere. That pitch sailed on the outside part of the plate. That's a tough pitch to pull. You can see with the open stance. That ball misses away, ball 3. 3-1 the count now here. 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. Marchand hit .400 last season. That one's right down the middle. And that's going to fill it up. Full count now. Marchand's OPS just over 1,000, a 1027 OPS in 2024. That gets past the catcher, but she doesn't see it. Now she starts running the first base, but probably too late. She wasn't aware the catcher had missed that one. She could have run, but they record out. And that's the 4th strikeout of the game for Benz. So a bit of a mistake there by Marchand. Being a catcher herself, she should know probably a little better than that to make sure that ball is secured by the catcher before heading back towards the dugout. If she breaks right away, she might be able to beat that one out. Another chop at the shortstop. Plays it on the short hop. Tough bounce. Oh, that first safe. Almost pumped the fist there for the out. But the last second decided to call the runner safe. We'll see how they score this one. Looks like it's already a single up on the board for Grondin. And she beats it out for her first single of the season. So again, she tried to wait on the chopper and played the short hop. This one's off the fist to the shortstop. She's going to have no trouble with this one and records the third out. So a pop fly to the short ends the inning. We're through three complete. Durham leads St. Clair 10-1.
We know there are a lot of choices for business today. We know how to get your brand out to the masses. We would like you to think of us first when it comes to digital advertising. We have a direct connection to the online social media marketplace. We have thousands of hours of broadcast experience to help you share your message. We know Windsor Essex. We know who is looking for you. We are We Digital.
The defending champs, Durham Lords, are doing what we expected, and that's score a lot of runs. They lead 10-1. They put up back-to-back 5-run innings in the second and third innings for that lead as the first pitch sails up and in. Molly Casillas had to come in to relieve Fong. Fong had a little bit of trouble, hard contacts. Another hard hit ball to right field. Jackson has it and hangs on to it. That's going to be a leadoff single for. So Chelsea Oak now steps up. She's 1 for 2, scored a run, had a single and a line out. As you see the single on the replay into right field. Sometimes if they're playing shallow enough, you'll see that right fielder come up throwing. But with the big hitting Bennett, Jackson was playing a little bit deeper, so unable to come up throwing from right field. Casillas rocks and fires. Gets that one past for the strike. Catcher kind of throws it away. Nobody sees it. And finally, the third baseman, Grondin, has to go and retrieve it to keep the runner at first. So we have a little discussion going on here. Looks like this might be a pinch runner now at first base. Looks like Bennett's going to come out of the game. I can't quite see a number at first base to see who came in for her. It looks like a pinch runner for Bennett. She was 1 for 3 on the day. Number 18 is your runner. Alana Smale comes in the run. So a little bit more speed on base now for the Lords. The corners are in. Double play depth up the middle. That one bounces in. The runner way off the bag. Throws it off. Oh, they don't know where she's at, and she's able to get to second base. A little miscommunication by the Saints. Umera lost where the runner was. You'll see the pitch bounces in, and the runner's kind of in no man's land, but she just throws the tag down assuming she's going to dive back, but she's able to swipe second base on it. So the speed pays off for the Lords. A good move by head coach Jamie Baker to get that extra speed on base. That one's down, and that's going to be a walk, so 2 runners aboard here. Casillas was able to get the last out back in the third inning, but now the next 2 batters she's faced have both reached. Shelton hit that line shot off the pitcher's knee, off Fong at the time, and was recorded out at first base. Little changeup pop. The infield fly rule. It is, so the batter is out. She records the catch anyway. So a big first out for St. Clair. So 2 on, 1 out, and she gets out on the first pitch. Emily Rowe steps up, 0 for 1 with a walk. She came around the score on the walk. Rocks and fires. That ball short hops the catcher, so that's ball 1. Casillas fires a little shot to first base, deflects off the glove. So that's a 3-4-3. They're going to try and double her up at third. Not in time, so another deflection. This one, so again, a 3-4-3 out at first base. Both runners move up. So a couple of odd combinations on the putouts for the Saints. They had a 1-5-3 and a 3-4-3. As you see on the replay, a hard one hopper off the first baseman's glove, but it goes right to Cole. Cole gets it back to Umera to record out number 2. This one floats away high for ball one. Casillas is going to need to strand these two runners in scoring position if they want any chance to get back in this game, as she takes a timeout to tie her laces. The catcher, Wilsey, is up to bat. She was hit by a pitch, and she got on an error. But that error led to 5 runs back in the second inning, so it was an important play. If they were able to go around the horn back then, they might have been able to double up the catcher, Wilsey. We might be looking at an entirely different ball game. That ball looks to catch the part, and it does. A strike. She scored a couple of runs. So 2-1. Casillas rocks and fires. Fly ball center field. LaFleur looks like she has it. Camps under it and records the third out. So they get out of a little bit of trouble in that one. No runs across. You're watching this We Digital 10-1 Durham Lords. See the wind lightning up here. We're at the sports park here at St. Clair College. My name is Dan Dominguez. Thanks for joining us. Here on We Digital, we're going to the bottom of the fourth, and the Lords lead it 10-1. There's some of their furry friends here at the park enjoying a nice Saturday afternoon here in Windsor, Ontario. High atop the backstop here at St. Clair College as Benz continues to take her warm-up tosses. So the Saints are going to have to get something going here if they want to get back into this game. They were able to put up a 0 in the top of the fourth. Umera now steps up to the dish. She flew out the right her first time up. First pitch misses low. Umera, 356 hitter last season. 6-footer out of Maple, Ontario. Second-year player. And when she thinks about it, that goes high away off the catcher's glove, so she's ahead in the count 2-0. Umera's at first base today for the Saints. That wind starting to pick up a little bit, kind of moved now. It's blowing straight to center field. That one's fouled towards the dugout of the Durham Lords, off the netting. And the count's 2-1. It's been blowing pretty much out to right field a little bit, but now it's kind of moved over to center, maybe right center a little bit. One big fly in this one so far. Defending OCAA Player of the Year, Peyton Jones, hit a bomb to left center back in the third inning. That one's right down the middle. Line shot, left field, base hit. She turned on that one and blew it easily into the left field for a leadoff single, and you can watch her turn on this one on the replay. That pitch middle, and she's able to send that one into left field, and Rowe has to chase it down. So Chloe Cole, second baseman, steps up. She grounded out to third. You can see the corners cheating in. The 5'2" infielder out of LaSalle, Villanova grad. Cole's ahead, 1-0. Cole's a second-year player. Saints are going to look to get something going here in the fourth. There's a line drive, right field. That's a base hit. They're just going to go station to station right now. The right fielder bobbles a little bit, but now there's going to be a play at third. Oh, it bounces up off the third baseman's face, it looked like, and that allows the runner to move up to second base. So nice base running by Cole to see the ball get away from the third baseman. So that's going to be a single and an error to the right fielder as she kind of bobbled that one. So the Saints have two runners in scoring position. That's the first error for the Lords in this ball game. Cameron struck out her first time up, takes ball one. So the Saints are in business here in the bottom of the fourth. That one's down the middle, ground ball, shortstop. They're going to let the run score. She's still not quite across the plate. Not a great jump there from third base from Umera, but an RBI ground out from Cameron. You can see the infield playing back with that, at the time, 9-run lead. They're going to allow a run to score. They'd rather just take the out, trade outs for runs. And you can see them playing back again with one out here. Another ground ball up the middle would allow Cole to score. So this is Casillas now in the bottom spot of the order as she came in to relieve Fong an inning and a bit ago. Cole trying to get that jump off of third base on the release. Another ball down. So that's 3-0. Cole doing a good job, bottom of the order. You got the top of the order coming up. LaFleur and Coombs on deck and in the hole. An opportunity for the Saints to try and get back into this one as she throws one right down the middle for strike one. Again, Ben's having more trouble than we're used to seeing. A .95 whip last season. That ball just misses. Oh, another late call, strike two. That fills up the count. Good job by Wilsey being able to frame up that pitch to get strike two. So a big full count pitch coming here from Benz. Little chopper foul. Casillas able to stay alive. Big at bat here for the Saints. Runner on third base with one out. They have one across here in the bottom of the fourth. And Kayla Benz looking for that sign. Finally gets one she likes. Rocks and fires. Strike three right down the middle. Blows it by her. Her fifth strikeout of the game for Benz. And that's a big second out for the Lords. Now they can just focus on the batter, not worry about any runners on base. If they can get LaFleur out, they can get out of this inning with only giving up one. But the speedy LaFleur is up. Ground out and a hit by pitch. That one just misses down and away. LaFleur scored the first run of the season for the Saints, back in the bottom of the first. She got hit, advanced on a wild pitch, and came in on a Marchant single. The 1-0 pitch, she fakes a little bunt. Misses down low. Again, good speed from LaFleur, so she's able to roll something down the left side. She has the speed to beat that out. So 2-0. Swings through it for strike one. Took a good rip at that one. Unable to get a piece of it. It counts 2-1, 2 outs. Chloe Cole at third base. Benz rocks and fires. Little end of the bat floater. Third baseman comes in, is able to secure the third out. The Saints are only able to get one across. We're through four complete. Durham leads 10-2.
We know there are a lot of choices for business today. We know how to get your brand out to the masses. We would like you to think of us first when it comes to digital advertising. We have a direct connection to the online social media marketplace. We have thousands of hours of broadcast experience to help you share your message. We know Windsor Essex. We know who is looking for you. We are We Digital.
Welcome back to the Sports Park here at St. Clair College. We're just entering the top of the fifth inning. You see the Durham Lords leading this one 10-2. A couple of 5-run innings. First pitch gets fouled away. Back in the second and the third inning. The big hit was a long home run from Peyton Jones. A 2-run blast that capped off one of their 5-run innings. That was it for the starting pitcher, Fong, and Casillas has come in and able to so far hold down the Durham Lords, giving up a couple base runners, but no runs against as of yet. She gets ahead of the 9-hitter, Emily Taylor here, 0-2. Casillas rocks and fires. That's a hard hit right field. Jackson camps back on it. Oh, she can't come up with it. Kind of stumbled. Looked like she had a up her face with her glove. Can't believe she missed that one. And a 2-base error. Another error by the Saints. The second for Jackson alone, as they have 3 errors now. St. Clair does. Leadoff hitter is aboard. End of the bat, little roller to second base. Quick toss, fast runner with Grove running down the first base. But they're able to record the first out. And here comes big Peyton Jones again. She hit that bomb to left center as we take a look at that last one. Little chopper off the end of the bat. And you can see the speed coming down the line from Jessica Grove. But Cole able to make the play and record the first out. So now you see the infielders starting to creep in. They can't afford to give up any more runs, the Saints. That one's a floater in there for strike one. Got to keep in mind they do have a mercy rule in this. If a team can get up by 10 runs after 5 innings, they will call it. Little inside out swing, sends it to right field. That's an RBI single. Jackson comes up with it, thinks about throwing. But a beautiful swing. Jones kind of going inside out and able to fight that one off the hands. You'll see on the replay. It was a good location from Casillas. And able to get her hands through it. And Jones sends it in the right field for another RBI. As Casillas misses away. So the first run against Casillas this season comes across. An unearned run because of the error to right. This one right. Jackson's not going to be able to chase that one down. Zanea Jackson out in right field out of Brampton, second-year player. One and one out, one on base. That ball's down in the turf. Oh, throws it off the helmet. Let's see what we're going to call. They're calling it a live ball off her helmet. The batter in the batter's box held her ground, didn't get in any way. So it's a live ball. So it looks like it's just going to go down as a wild pitch, runner advancing. Shades of the Blue Jays back in the day where Russell Martin threw it off the Rangers player in that crazy 7th inning. But Benz did nothing wrong. Didn't get in the way of the catcher. Just kind of held her ground in the batter's box. That one gets fouled away. So a dangerous play because Peyton Jones could have kept on running on that one as the home plate umpire was signaling no interference, basically play on. But Jones ended up staying at second base. There's a hard shot right center field. LaFleur going over to catch. Oh, a beautiful catch, and she hangs on with the dive. LaFleur showing that speed out in center field as she had the range a long way to make that play. Put a star next to that one. And you can see that wind also blowing out the right field, so that's not helping. That ball's tailing away from Judy LaFleur. She makes the grab, hits the turf, and is able to hang on. So a re-entry here now as Bennett comes back in the game to hit. She came out for a pinch runner, and she fouls one right over the backstop. So Bennett singled her last time up the bat. That's a big 12th run that potentially over at second base. They want to bring out that potential mercy run if they can get that 10-run lead. That's why they bring the big bat with Bennett back in the game. The tall Peyton Jones over at second base. She's already 3 for 4 in this season, coming off an OCAA Player of the Year award last season. Casillas rocks and fires. That one kind of gets away from her at the eye level of Bennett. So 1-2 the count here. 2 outs. An 11-2 lead here for the Durham Lords. Swing and a miss. That's going to end the inning as she's able to blow a fastball by her for strike number 3. We're going to head to the bottom of the 5th. Durham Lords still leads 11-2. You're watching here on We Digital.
We know there are a lot of choices for business today. We know how to get your brand out to the masses. We would like you to think of us first when it comes to digital advertising. We have a direct connection to the online social media marketplace. We have thousands of hours of broadcast experience to help you share your message. We know Windsor Essex. We know who is looking for you. We are We Digital.
We're back here at the sports park, taking their final warm-up pitches. Looks like a new pitcher for the Lords. We haven't got a signal yet, but that looks like Kira O'Reilly. She comes in for Michaela Benz. Benz goes 4 innings. Gives up 2 runs. Stakes the Lords to a big lead here, 11-2, as we enter the bottom of the 5th. Cameron Coombs is going to lead things off for the Saints. Coombs comes in from last season with a .453 average, over 1,100 OPS. 19 ribbies in the season last year. She takes ball 1. This one straight over the back. You see if Alex, the cameraman, has to duck that one or not. That one fouled right back at our home plate camera. Pitch misses down and in. So Kira O'Reilly, 5'7", out of Waterloo Collegiate. She's a first-year player. That one gets fouled off to the screens to stay alive. So making her OCAA debut is O'Reilly. Plays a little bit of second base as well. That one slips out of her hand way high. That even up the count 2-2. Coombs is 1 for 2 today. Single back in the first. Swings through that one, and there's the first OCAA strikeout for Kira O'Reilly. And she gets high fives all around. So Marchand steps up to the plate. She's 1 for 2 with a strikeout. That one fouled off to the right side. That's going to go out of play. Trouble pitches with that open stance. She's trying to pull a lot of things, and if the pitcher can really get that ball low and away, she's going to need to try and focus to take that ball the other way. Marchand hit .400 last season for the Saints. There's one she can pull. She hits it deep to left field. Rose there, and she camps under it for the second out of the inning. Pitcher came down and in on her. She was able to throw those hands through and send one out to left field. The breeze is kind of coming across the other way from left to right field, so it might have held it up just a little bit. And Emily Rowe was able to go back and make that catch. Rowe, a 5'4" outfielder, another New Brunswick, in her second year with the Durham Lords. As Grondin steps up now to the plate. The 1-0 pitch to Grondin. Hard fouled off in towards the Saints dugout. A couple players have to scramble away from that one. As you see Jackson in the background there on deck. A little floater in there. That catches the outside corner for the strike. So nice little change of pace up pitch for O'Reilly there, keeping the batter on her heels. That one high, pop up again, straight over the back. Just past our camera operator up top, so he's dodging bullets up there. That one floats high and away, even the count up at 2. Saints trail by 9 here in the bottom of the 5th. Hard shot down the third baseline, foul. Those big 5-run innings back in the second and the third inning have been the difference so far. Would have been an entirely different game if that error at shortstop, if the play is made, all those runs were unearned. Hard shot to third base, easy throw across the diamond to record the third out. We're through 5 complete here at the Sports Park. Durham Lords lead at 11-2. You're watching us here on We Digital. Saints Nation here in Windsor, Ontario, on the campus of St. Clair College. A windy Saturday afternoon here. The Saints trail this one 11-2 as we enter the top of the 6th inning. Molly Casilla still in the game for the Saints. She relieved Fong back in the top of the 3rd inning after Fong gave up 10 runs. Only 5 of them were earned runs. She's allowed some base runners, but only one's come across on Casillas, and that was an unearned run on the air by Jackson. High chopper, the shortstop. Flip across the diamond. Nice and easy. Coombs makes the play at first base for out number 1. You can see the high chopper you'll get off this turf here at the sports park. Plenty of time. And just lobs it across the diamond. And Umero with a big stretch at first. Gets the first out. Shelton now the batter. That one misses down low, ball 1. Shelton's 1 for 3, a run scored today. Casillas finds the pitch she likes. Fires it in off the fist to second base. An easy put away from Chloe Cole. And 2 quick outs here for the Saints defense. Again, these pitchers are going to blow even 2 strikeouts in the game for the Durham. 1 and 1 apiece. As Emily Rose steps up. Rose 0 for 2 with a walk and a run. First pitch sails away for ball 1. Casillas now has gone 3 innings in this one. That one comes in for strike number 1. That evens the count at 1. Starting pitcher Fong went 2 2/3. And Casillas now standing at 3 innings pitched. That one looks like it catches the outside corner. It does for strike 2. Nice location on that one. Casillas trying to keep the ball away from the big right-handed bat. Rowe hit one off the first baseman's glove last time. Deflected over to Cole, and they're still able to record the out. Little changeup. That's going to be on the backhand. Tough play. Decides not to throw it across the diamond. We'll wait for the official call on that one. So a tough chopper over to Coombs. You take a look on the replay. Had to play it off the backhand and kind of got that short hop. So it's a tough hop, especially off the turf. And the runner's on base with 2 outs. And this brings up that's Hannah Dyke. She came in last inning defensively for the Durham Lords, taking over from Georgia Wilsey. So she'll get her first at-bat of 2025. Takes the first one in for a ball. Rocks and fires, misses up and away again, 2-0. Casillas rocks and fires. Pop up right side. First baseman's under it. Has a little trouble with the breeze, but comes away with it. Records the 3rd out. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, Durham Lords still lead it 11-2. You're watching us here on We Digital.
We know there are a lot of choices for business today. We know how to get your brand out to the masses. We would like you to think of us first when it comes to digital advertising. We have a direct connection to the online social media marketplace. We have thousands of hours of broadcast experience to help you share your message. We know Windsor Essex. We know who is looking for you. We are We Digital.
See some of the fans bundled up over the outfield wall here at the sports park. Breezy day here in Windsor, Ontario. As we're approaching fall, unfortunately, as the weather starts to turn. Looks like there might be some more switches defensively for the Lords. We'll bring those to you as we receive them. Jackson steps up to the plate for the Saints. She's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. First pitch in is ball 1. Saints trail by 9 here in the bottom of the 6th. They're going to need to get something going here. Again, we have another game, game 2 coming up, about half an hour. Line shot, right field. Jackson sends it to the wall. She turns and heads to second, thinks about third, but pulls up. She's got to dive back to the base. She's in for a double. Laces it over the second baseman's head. For a moment, she thought about third base, but trailing by 9 runs, probably thought better of it. Was able to get the bat head on it, and that ball reached all the way to the wall. Umera now steps up. She had a hard single to left field her last time up. This time gets fouled away. So the leadoff hitter aboard for the Saints. They trail by 9. Going to need a big inning to get back into this one. Another chopper just fouled down the left field line. O'Mara, a .356 hitter last season. 15 RBIs. A little change of pace, a little chopper in front of the plate. Fair ball. Throws over the first, late arriving, safe at first, and the run's going to come home. So it looks like the second baseman got over a little bit late. I'm not sure if it's going to be a single and an error. So it's just a little chopper in front of the plate. Umera sprinting down, but you can see the second baseman getting over to the bag just a little late. So the Saints are able to get one across, and they have a runner on first with nobody out. As Cole's up. That ball gets away from the catcher, and the runner's going to easily move across to second base on the wild pitch. So O'Reilly, starting her second inning of work, having a little bit of more trouble this inning. She got her first inning, 1-2-3, but a leadoff double from Jackson. And now a hit as this one gets popped up to the right side. First baseman's there. Oh, runs almost right through the... Can't really do that. You got to allow the fielder. I think the umpire is going to mention it to her. And she does. She's got to allow the fielder to make a play. But Chloe Cole just kind of put her head down and tried to run. I don't know why she's out. She was kind of coming back up the plate. So I don't know if she thought Peyton Jones had dropped that ball. So kind of an odd play there on the pop-out, but nonetheless, one away. Runner still on second. Cameron chops one left side foul. So a weird play. Jones kind of camps under a pop-up, and the smaller Cole just tries to run through her. High fastball misses up. Cameron 0 for 2. She has a strikeout and a groundout so far this season. .429 last season. Had a homer. Reaches out, chops on the shortstop, has to back on, long throw across. She's out at first, play at third, safe. The home plate ump comes up the line to make the call. Looked like on the slide she might have got stuck in the turf a little bit. As we'll take a look at that again on the replay. So reaches out and gets the chopper. Big arm across the diamond to record the out, and a nice job. But yeah, she was really kind of stuck on her landing in the turf there. So the turf monster coming up to grab Umera coming across from second. So she advances on the ground out. We're at 2 outs now. Runner on third. Saints trail by 8. That ball misses down and in. Dangerous play for O'Mara there. He can really do some damage to an ankle or hyperextend something on that turf if you don't slide in there properly. Blows it past her. That's strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Casillas really choking up on that bat. The floater up and away misses. 2-2. 11-3 is your score here. This one's right off the fist. That's going to bounce on the turf. They're going to let the spin take that one, and it's going to come back foul. So another life for the pitcher, Casillas. If that stays fair, they're going to have trouble getting her at first base. Where that ball is really going to spin on this turf. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Up the middle, base hit. That's going to score another one. She just reached out and poked that to center field. An RBI single for Molly Casillas, helping her own cause. And the Saints have put a couple across here. And you can see her. She's just going to reach out, just poke this over the pitcher's head. And just like that, you have an RBI single in your pocket. This one's off the end of the bat, over the shortstop's head. She backtracks on. Oh, but she drops the ball. An error on the shortstop. And now the Lords are having a little bit of problems defensively. You can see the shortstop, Jessica Benz, just backpedaling it. It looks like she's underneath it and just misses the ball. And now they're going to have a little conference on the mound just to try and settle things down here in the 6th inning. The outfielders making the long trek across as well to have a conference out there as well. So a little bit of sloppy action here from both teams in the first matchup of 2025. And there's some of the other action. We got another one for you, 2 more for you tomorrow, as the Sheridan Bruins are going to come to town. We'll have it for you on We Digital. 1 and 3 o'clock are your start times. So the St. Clair Saints on this opening weekend of the OCAA have Sheridan coming in on Sunday afternoon. So 2 on, 2 out for Coombs. Takes strike 1. Coombs 1 for 3. She singled way back in the first inning. Little chopper to third base. She's able to grab it and dive to the bag to record the 3rd out. The Saints get 2 across in the inning. They still trail 11-4. We're going to step aside. You're watching us here on We Digital.
We know there are a lot of choices for business today. We know how to get your brand out to the masses. We would like you to think of us first when it comes to digital advertising. We have a direct connection to the online social media marketplace. We have thousands of hours of broadcast experience to help you share your message. We know Windsor Essex. We know who is looking for you. We are We Digital.
Welcome back. As you take a look at a couple of the banners out in the outfield, the 2023 provincial and national champions. They also honored the 2005 national champions Ontario champions, OCAA champions before the game here. A number of the players were able to make the ceremony before the game. That championship was the first in the program's history back 20 years ago. Some of the players making it out for that one: Carrie Holmes, Lindsay Vercoyen, Jessica McCullough, Jacqueline Desjardins, Melissa Gallum, along with Bill Smith and Cindy Bentley, the coaching staff. Bill Smith, the head coach of that team. Bill, a fixture here at St. Clair College. So we're entering the top of the 7th inning. The Durham Lords, your defending provincial and national champions here, taking on the Saints. These two teams met 4 times last year. Durham Lords took them all. Again, undefeated 32-0 season. Casillas back into work for the Saints. She's done well. She's pitched 3 in the 3rd. Gave up only the 1 run. It was unearned. This one punched in the right field. That's a base hit into right as Jackson's able to handle it. Emily Taylor with her 2nd hit of the game. As we take a look at the replay there. Nice pitch on the outside part of the plate, but the 9-hitter does a great job and just pokes it through the 3-4 hole for an easy single. Leadoff hitter Grove now. A little the bat in. Just kind of hit it off the end of the bat, and the shortstop, Coombs, couldn't chase it down. So just like that, the Durham Lords are in business here in the top of the 7th. And that brings up, here's Peyton Jones. He's already got 3 hits to go along with a long fly out. Back in the 3rd inning, she hit that long bomb to left center field. That one off the fist, the right side. That's going to fall in. Fair ball. Jackson has to chase that one down. 1 run comes in, and that's going to be a stand-up double as she's going to 3rd, so a triple. There is a play at the plate, but she's in safely. A 2 RBI triple for Peyton Jones. She's a double away from a cycle. Probably not going to get another chance at this game, but 4 hits in her debut in 2025. And you can see that ball just spun away from Jackson. She had a little bit of trouble out in right field. I don't know if the wind has been catching her out there, but Jackson hasn't been too strong in right field so far today. Little chopper. Shortstop looks the runner back, out at first base. 6-3. So 13-4 is your score. Good job by Coombs looking back that runner at 3rd base. Fielded the hop cleanly and got the ball across to Umera to record the 1st out. There's a high fly ball field. It's back, and it is gone. Jaden Bennett pulls one over the right field wall. And 2 more runs come across for the Lords as she circles the bases with the team awaiting her at home plate. She hits her 1st home run of the season. Bennett had 1 home run last year, so already matching her total as she throws the home run jacket over her shoulder. As there's a little conference at the mound now trying to settle down. Dwayne Dawson trying to settle down his young pitcher. And you can see that ball over the right field fence. Signing autographs, it looks like, over on the bench is Bennett. First base coach is part of the fan club as she sails one over the wall. And already here in the top of the 7th, the Lords have put up a 4 spot. 1 out. Chelsea Oak, the batter, kind of checks her swing but takes strike 1. So a commanding first game here by the Durham Lords. They gave up that 1st run in the 1st inning, but it's been pretty much all Lords ever since that. The Saints will get a chance to come back in the next game. So Oak is out of the game. This is number 5, Vanessa Ng, as she hits a single to center field. So for her first at-bat of this season. Ng's out of Rochester, New York. And she came in defensively last inning, and she's able to get a single up the middle. So Shelton's up the bat. She's 1 for 4. 1 on, 1 out for the Durham Lords. Chilly day here at the sports park at St. Clair College. My name's Dan Dominguez. Thanks for joining us here today. We have doubleheader action for you. The second game is going to take place roughly about 30 minutes after the final pitch, as the teams take a little quick break in between games. We'll have all the action for you here on We Digital. A little for the second. Camps under it and makes the play. As Cole to make the play. That's the second time in a row that Shelton has popped up to Cole. So here's another first at bat. Olivia Marshall was in for Rowe, so she'll get her first at bat of the game. Takes a big rip on it, and that's going to get to the gap all the way to the wall. And it looks like they're just going to hold the runner at third base. Just playing station to station now with the big 11-run lead. So a huge rip to left field. You can see that ball. The left fielder took a little bit of a bad angle at it. That ball is still going to get to the wall as it skips past them on the turf. And with 2 outs, the Lords have runners at second and third. That one misses up and away. Dykes came in defensively a couple innings ago. She had a pop-up to first base her first time up. 4 across here for Durham here in the 7th. Just gets a piece of that into the turf for strike 1. 1-1. This is the 9th hitter of the inning already for the Lords. So a bat around inning. That misses up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Saints trying to get out of this without any more damage. Fly ball, center field. LaFleur's under it, and she records a third out, but 4 more runs come across for the Durham Lords. They lead it 15-4. Saints have their last chance coming up right after this. Back at the sports park here at St. Clair College. Chilly afternoon here on a Saturday. And the first signs of fall coming through Windsor, Ontario now, as the calendar is flipped to September. The Durham Lords lead this one 15-4. The Saints are down to their last 3 outs of this first game of a doubleheader. Ashley Marchant comes up. She's got a hit and 3 at-bats. Takes strike 1. Saints trying to get some momentum for this second game coming up. It's 1 hopper hit to third base, throws across the diamond. Out number 1 is recorded. Grove Jones for the inning. You can see playing about even with the bag she was, and just a 1 hopper, chest high, and a good throw across the diamond to record the first out. Fastball across the middle, fouled back against the screen as Grondin's up. Grondin also 1 for 3 for the Saints. That one down low misses. for ball one. This will be the third inning of work for O'Reilly. That one in tight, just misses the shins of Grondin. She takes another ball. An 11-run lead here for the Lords in the last inning. Another same play, carbon copy of the play prior. A one-hopper chest high to the third baseman. And Grove throws it across the diamond for the out. So you can show the same replays he did the one before. They were identical. Fields it cleanly and just an easy flip across the diamond for out number 2. Jackson comes up, misses up and in. Jackson had a double to right center field her last time up, her first hit of the season. Another one misses away, so 2-0 to Jackson. Jackson came around the score after her double. That ball just misses a little low. 3-0 now. The Saints down to their final out here in game 1 of the doubleheader. That one finally across the plate for strike 1. So 3-1 the count to Jackson. Swings through it. The Saints are now down to their final out. Full count pitch coming to Jackson. O'Reilly kicks and deals. Just misses on the outside part. Jackson reaches for the second time of this game. And here's Umera now. She's got 2 hits. She scored both times as well for the Saints. The last gasp, little spinner. Let's see this. Oh, she's able to get the tag. She does. 4 unassisted. And the first game is over. The Durham Lords take it 15-4. Michaela Ben's your winning pitcher. Fong's the losing pitcher. In 3 innings of relief, O'Reilly is able to get the save. My name is Dan Dominguez. Thanks for joining us game 1. We're going to take about a half-an-hour break. We'll have game 2 action for you here on We Digital.